Hello and welcome to CEAZOR Snack Sandwich. Today we're going to take a quick look at fixed Forex. Now what is fixed Forex? Fixed Forex is a protocol that's attempting to allow people to have a swap between different currencies. So, like the euro, the Japanese yen, the United States dollar. Swap between these different currencies with zero slippage and zero fees. In order to do this, they need to make some very, very deep liquidity and so forth. So I'm going to go through this website. I'm just going to talk a little bit about each of these tabs here and tell you kind of some special things about these things here. So of course we have the first one here is the dashboard, and this will just give you some key readout things that you might need to know. Mine are all zeros here because of the wallet I have connected doesn't have anything inside fixed Forex. So let's go to the first part here, swap. Now swap is a way where you can take the meme stablecoin. So the meme stablecoin is pegged to the US dollar. So consider this to be $1 US, and you can swap it for any of the Iron Bank currency tokens. So this is the first stage or the first phase of this fixed Forex swapping thing. So right now you can only swap from meme into one of these tokens. So in the future, it will allow for the other way to swap, and maybe even to swap between just this token and that token. I'm not sure. Maybe it will always route through the US dollar in order to make those swaps. I'm not sure. But for now, you can come here and you can buy any of these tokens for basically zero slippage and zero fees. But the unfortunate thing is it's kind of hard to get back to US dollars. You would have to do some pretty tricky stuff, which I'm not going to get into in this video. So if you're going to do this now, make sure that you're in it for a little bit of a long run and you're not planning on changing this position in any near future. So one of the things that is needed in order for this system to function is very deep liquidity on these pools in order for them to maintain peg, and then also for them to be a lot of these tokens in circulation so that this swapping mechanism can come about. Okay. So that's the swap right now. So how to get these tokens into circulation is to mint them. So in order to mint these tokens, you basically come here and you just supply some collateral, and then you can mint the tokens you want. So it's not really minting because, as you can see, if we go down to this one right here, okay, as you can see, the euro, there's like 90 million euros sitting inside here as liquidity. So those are already minted, just sitting in there, and you're basically going to borrow them versus your other cryptocurrencies. But because you're borrowing them versus your cryptocurrencies and they're releasing from here, then you are basically backing them by your other cryptocurrencies. Now, this pool of liquidity is the same pool of liquidity here on Yearn Finance or the Iron Bank. If you come through here and let's just say DeFi Pulse 4,357, and we come here DeFi Pulse Index 4,357. So it's the same pool of liquidity. It's the same system. It's just, an alternative way to do it all in one place. So back to getting these coins. Now, if you want to get one of these coins, then you can just borrow them, right? So you could just put some Aave in here. You wouldn't need to sell your Aave. You just use your Aave and you borrow some of these. Now, keep in mind, like all collateralized debt positions, you need to monitor your ratio, right? If it's this token, if you're supplying Aave and you borrow like 59% of the value in euros, then you're getting pretty close to getting liquidated. So be careful about that. However, when you do supply tokens here, you do get this supply APY for some of these tokens that are used a lot. Like maybe Tether, you might get 1% on it, or even like synthetic USD, you get 8% on it. So if you do put some tokens in here as collateral, you can get some supply APY depending on if people are also borrowing these tokens from the Iron Bank. So this is how they get these tokens into circulation, is that they have to be backed by currencies in the Iron Bank and then released into circulation. Now, what can you do with these tokens right now? Because you can't swap them back to US dollars, you can go to one of these opportunities to yield farm with them. So if, let's say I had some euro and I wanted to get some opportunities to yield from. There are some numbers here But you can supply liquidity to Curve, Convex, or Yearn. Now, by supplying liquidity to Curve, you first have to build the Curve LP, and then you can choose where to stake this LP. So if you go over to Curve, I've already found the pool here. It's IB Euro versus S Euro. You can deposit into this here, or you can just do it right here on the UI. So just let's say I've borrowed this many, or I bought this many from the swap. I can just supply them here. Or if I have some of these like synthetic euros as well, I can put like some of those in there, approve the spending and deposit. And then if I want to get out, I just go to withdraw and I can withdraw. So this will build me the Curve LP. So it's basically the same thing as going here and putting it inside here and getting that Curve LP. Now, this is where you have a choice. Do I want to stake it in the Curve gauge? And if I stake it in the Curve gauge, I'm going to get CRV rewards, and these are Keeper rewards. I'll talk about those later. Or I can stake it into Convex and get CRV, CVX, and R Keeper tokens. Now, the Convex doesn't show the, where is it? Here. Let's go back. Yeah, the Convex doesn't show the APYs, so you're going to have to swing over to Convex, right, and go find it here, and it's currently at about 17% at the current time of this video, but these numbers change quite frequently, right? So that's how you can, so that's the Curve APY, and then if you decide to stake it in Yearn, it's pretty much hands off. You just put your money inside there. Yearn will do all the yield farming for you and get you this like 42% quoted price that's currently. Now you always have to check this. This always changes. APYs change every single day. They change by the hour. So it's not guaranteed you're going to get 43% on your euros rate every day forever. But this is the historical historical past APY. So it's kind of like an estimate, right? So after you've staked these in here for some time, you'll start to build up some rewards here, and you can just claim them and take them back to your wallet and do with them as you please. Now, CRV is good for voting on Curve. CVX is good for voting on Convex. And then this R Keeper, I will get into it down here. So another possibility for fixed Forex is you can provide Keeper tokens versus ETH to a Uniswap version 3 pool. So this is a pretty complicated thing, but basically you could go here. If you had some Keeper and you had some ETH, you could supply to a certain price range that you think is a good idea. This is a very complicated thing, so I'm not going to talk about everything right now. This is something you have to do your homework on. This is the topic for another video. But if you know how to do this, you can supply liquidity to ETH and Keeper, bring your LP token, your NFT or whatever, back here, stake it in here, and start to gain some R Keeper rewards. Unfortunately, I don't have any positions here, so I don't know what the APYs are or anything like that on these things here. And then there is these withdraw active. These are like deprecated old pools that they had before that they're asking you to come and take out. They're probably not incentivized anymore. And you're just asking people who do have them to come back and take them out. Okay. So these are the options for liquidity providing, incentivized liquidity providing, right? So as you can see that the rewards, maybe it doesn't show here. Oh yeah, the rewards here are in R Keeper and then these other rewards. So what is this R Keeper? Let's come down here to talk about R Keeper. Now I don't have any R Keeper either, so I can't really show you what it looks like, but I did some digging around and I did find this website, this article by Andre Cronje here, and he talks about this and it gets into a lot of options here. So basically what it is when you farm for a little while, you get these R Keeper tokens, and then you can bring the R Keeper tokens to this page here, and you can redeem them or use them to get some O Keeper tokens. Now, O Keeper tokens are like options, and basically, let's see, the options rules is you can get you can buy Keeper at a 50% discount. So if we look at this picture here, so this person here has a one one keeper, he can buy. He's got this option. I think this is option number 2, right? And he can buy one keeper for $220. And I assume that's half the price at the time this picture was taken. And it expires in 1 day. So you have 24 hours to exercise this. And you just press the redeem button and you can pay the $220 and get one keeper token. And I believe at that time, one keeper token was probably $440 based on what this says here for $50 for 50%. So what can you do with these keeper tokens? The keeper tokens are a utility token of keeper. I did a video on keeper a long time ago. You can watch that. I'll try to put a link to it at the end of this video, but you can watch that. You can also use them here for vesting. So you can lock your keeper tokens up in here. If I had some keeper tokens on my wallet, it would show here and I would be able to press some buttons and then I would be able to lock up my keeper for 1 month, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, or 4 years, something like that. It does say from 1 week to 4 years. Okay, so I guess I was right. So you can lock up your keeper tokens. The longer you lock, the more your keeper tokens will be turned into VKeeper. So how to explain this? If you lock one keeper token for 4 years, you get one VKeeper, right? If you lock one keeper token for 1 year, then you will get 0.25 keeper tokens. So you get these V vested keeper tokens. So you get less the shorter you lock your keeper tokens for. And then as you hold these VE keeper tokens, they slowly decay as time passes. So you get less and less and less and less of them. Now why would I want to lock them? Because I can use them to vote. So I can use them to vote here. And I can vote on which one of these liquidity pools I want to give more of those R keeper tokens. So every you can change your voting. So as long as you don't go above 100%, then you can decide on how you want to vote on the incentivization of these pools. Let's say I only care about euro, so maybe I'm going to put 100% of my vote towards this pool here and hopefully get more. And here you can see a little pie chart of where the incentives are right now. And now keep in mind that these are keeper incentives. So people who are supplying to these pools are going to get R keeper at these percentage, like 40% of the pool of R keeper are being given to these euro people. Now I got to keep in mind too, they're also going to get convex and curve tokens if they're using one of those two as well. Now, the one more thing you're going to also get when you do lock up some keeper tokens in here, you get these VKeeper. You will also get a share of the fees that come out of this system, right? Now, it does say IB tokens, but I think they're going to give them all in IB euros. I think they're take all the fees, sell them for euros, convert them to euros, and give everybody here who has keeper tokens IB euro tokens. And the last thing, if you want to know how many fees that they are collecting, you can click that little button down at the bottom, and you can see that so far there's some displays here about specific things like the total value, the IB supply cap of all 6 of the assets, all 6 of those different currencies, and then some of the percentage of keeper tokens that are locked already, and then the price of one keeper token, and then you can go to you can see the fee accrual. So this is all of them, and then all the different each week you can see the fees just keep going up and up and up and up and up and up and up. So you can decide whether or not you want to lock some keeper tokens to get your share of these fees or not. And you can just go to the specific token you like and try to see where all of those these tokens are and so forth, and where the positions are. So as you can see, there are this many borrowed and this many in the reserve waiting to be minted or borrowed from the Iron Bank. So that pretty much covers it. This is a quick little look at everything. I hope this has been useful, and thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.